Welcome back, everybody. So, Knives Out movie review. I think I'm going to enjoy this one, to be fair. So, Knives Out is directed by Rian Johnson. It has quite an impressive cast in this movie in the form of Anna de Armas. I don't know how to say her name in any way, shape, or form. Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, plus many, many others. So, this movie, after a renowned crime novelist called Harlan Tromby, I think that's how I say it, dies on his 86th birthday. A detective called Barnett Blanc, who is played by Daniel Craig, is called in, and it isn't long before something fishy is going on, and his job to investigate is this dysfunctional family and his family and his loyal staff. This movie, I went into this not really knowing a huge amount about this. I probably watched one trailer, but I just didn't really pay too much attention to it. And I've got to be honest with you, it is an absolutely great watch. I absolutely love this movie from start to finish. It is pretty much a mixture of Murder She Wrote, Columbo, every single detective kind of thing, or even like on had a kind of a sense of feel of Murder on the Orient Express in certain ways as well. It was just an absolutely very entertaining watch with some quite good comedy moments in this as well, but yet with some serious tones with this as well. I generally really did love the feel of this movie. Now I can't talk too much about the storyline because any kind of little bits I say could potentially just give away the whole storyline, and I seriously don't want to do this. There is quite a few twists and turns in this, I have to be honest with you, which makes this movie very entertaining. And like I said, I can't say too much about this movie, and I do not want to wreck this in any way, shape, or form. All I can tell you is it is 100% a very entertaining, enjoyable watch. I was never bored 1 minute of this whole movie. Performances in this are actually quite good in every single way. There are two standout performances here. Is the main female lead in this, which is played by Anna D. Her name. She plays the main lead female role in this. She is actually extremely good in this. Again, I can't say too much about her involvement in this whole movie, but she is a very good character in this one. By far, the best performance in this movie for me is actually Daniel Craig. Now, I honestly did not know what was coming with Daniel Craig's character because, like I said, I don't. When I said I watched the trailer, I don't think I actually did because when he started talking, it was a massive surprise to me because he does carry this very strong southern draw accent in this movie, and it took me completely by surprise, but it was so good as well. I was expecting either an American, well, it was an American voice anyway, but like a normal kind of American voice, or even his British accent. And when he put on this big Southern drawl kind of accent, I was just like that. I am gonna enjoy this movie just because of this as well. Because one is something I wasn't used to, and two, it just seemed right. It was very good. His character in this is actually extremely good. He does produce. He is like Columbo, pretty much, and the girl from Murder She Wrote, and pretty much a lot of other crime dramas from like the 70s and 80s and all that kind of stuff. It works so well. He was a it was a very good performance. I loved his character in this so much. And before I just started doing this movie review, before I was writing down my notes, I actually was reading that there is a sequel in the works already, all based around his character. And honestly, I can honestly tell you, I really cannot wait to see that movie. I really can. I was thinking to myself while watching this movie, there better be a damn sequel to this because it's extremely entertaining. His character is very entertaining in this, to be fair. I wouldn't say he has a huge amount of comedic moments, but there are comedic moments in there from him, but it's just his whole character. It's just fantastic. It's really good. And the performances in here, we got Chris Evans. Obviously, you don't get to see a huge amount of Chris Evans in here, but he plays a very, he's something, again, something I'm not really used to with his, like, because obviously he plays Captain America. He plays a very arrogant, cocky, um, kind of guy that's in this family that he's kind of like he's like the rebel of the family, and that he does play this off quite well. You don't, like I say, you don't see a huge amount of him, but he's still very very entertaining as well at that. And we got Jamie Lee Curtis, and you don't get to see a huge amount of Jamie Lee Curtis, but her presence on the screen just makes this movie just even better on that. And the same with Michael Shannon, and plus most of the other cast members in this, they all have a very key. Well, they have their own they have their own part. And they're not got this key role. They enhance the movie is basically what I'm trying to say, because they've all got their issues and they've all got their problems. They're all a bit dysfunctional and all that kind of stuff. There are certain points and things going on in this movie where it does make you laugh on exactly how dysfunctional they are, and yet they got this group of loyal staff as well, which are the serious ones who are just trying to do their job as such. Um, like I said, it is a proper like kind of. It did feel very much like Murder on the Orient Express in certain respects, for mainly like the first half of the movie. The second half of the movie does turn into something very very different. Different. It's not hard to follow. They do explain this out quite quickly, and even towards the end. It is explained very, very well, and it's not confusing. And that's the thing. That's the thing I was worried about, is that at a certain point in this movie, something is done, and you go, okay, there's something else coming. There's something else going on, and I was worried that it was going to be like this kind of very overcomplicated kind of explanation to this, and it's not. To be fair, they do this very, very well. I'm not going to talk about the musical score. It's just absolutely fantastic. It looked pretty good visually. It's mainly set around this big mansion with a few it drifts off into the city for briefly, for not very long. There is some very very. It is just a very entertaining. It's an absolutely great movie. I have to be honest with you, and I am going to sing its praises as well a lot, because that is how much I enjoyed it, and I am singing its praises. So if I did, if I rate this, I am giving this not if, I'm going to rate this as 10 out of 10. I'm generally struggling with this movie review because I'm generally excited about it, and I literally only just finished watching it, and I'm generally really, really excited because it was such an entertaining watch, and I really enjoyed it. There's a mixture of emotions that are going on here as well in this movie, and you really get to feel it as well, especially towards the end. There's a lot of emotions there, and you get to feel every single emotion. I just think this movie was very, very well put together. The script was very, very well done. It wasn't too complicated, which was a fear of mine at the beginning or at a certain point of this movie. It just made for a very entertaining 2 hour. I think it's 2 hours, 2 hour movie. I think it was. Um, but it just made it extremely entertaining, and that is why I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, and I do highly recommend this movie. So, on that note, if you've seen this movie, please tell me what you think, put it in the comments down below. Like I said, I'm recommending it. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Honestly, it's just entertaining in every single way. Like, all the characters in there, they all make this movie. Daniel Craig's character in here is absolutely fantastic. For me, this is my own personal opinion, something I really, really enjoy. It's got me really, really excited for a sequel, to be honest with you, because I want to see more of his character again, and that literally how it is. I'm struggling with the review because of my excitement. And now I have to be honest with you, it really, really got me, and I really, really enjoyed this movie very much. I wish I watched this when it came out, but like I said, giving it a 10 out of 10 on it, and just tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care, and goodbye.